Hi, welcome back to Blackjack. I thought that I would do something a little different today. Um, I know the leaks are all out, so chances are some of these may have been answered already. But, I just wanted to make a little video I had kicking around in my head for a while. Unanswered questions from Sun and Moon that USUM should answer. Lawrence, do you want to join me? She's sitting over there, upside down on the side of her cage, chewing one of the little toys. Anyway, okay. Unanswered questions. I will not get distracted by birds. They abandoned Stuffle in one of the hotel rooms. You go to a hotel at one point, and the people there are talking about how sad it is that the Stuffle has been abandoned. But if you go in there, you know how some of the Pokemon will say, like, little things, like if you go to Master Schuster, he's like, Pika, shoo shoo. And then there's the Mimikyu that goes, curse you. And the other one that says, see me. But you talk to the Stuffle, it goes, shoo. Did it really run away? Or, was it really abandoned? Or did it run away? Because that phew seems to indicate to me that it's quite happy to be on its own and that it's relieved. So what exactly is the story there? Okay. How did the royal line dissolve? There's no mention of it being by force like in real life, and even in reality the bloodline continues to this day. So why is Acerola the last of the royal bloodline of Alola? What happened there? It seems like it happened almost suddenly, and yet nobody is seeming to talk about it. How is it that the Pokepelago is a major tourist attraction? Like you're told when you get your ride pager for Charizard that, oh yeah, you should go to the Pokepelago. Everyone goes there. Yet no one who's heard of Mon seems to have been there or know anything about his presence there. For that matter, why can't you tell Lily and Gladion what happened to Mon? I imagine you can't tell Lusamine because she's, cuckoo bananas, and it wouldn't be wise to do so, but there shouldn't be anything stopping you from telling her kids, right? And, on the subject of her kids, what did Wick really do for Lily during those 2 years? Lily describes Wick as, it's like, oh, if I hadn't had her there. But Wick didn't seem to do anything. If she was an emotional support, why did Wick not do anything to get Lily out of the way? Is she just an enabler for Lusamine? Did she think Lusamine would fire her if she intervened unless it would compromise her ability to relay data to the international police? Did she side with Lusamine even for part of that time? Or is she just a freaking idiot? I don't know about you, but if I had a friend that I knew was abusing her kid, I'd be getting that kid the fuck out of there as soon as I could. Why did nobody outside of those few seem to know what Lusamine was doing? We don't even know if Faba knew. And there's all these Aether people all over the base. Did Lily ever try to talk with any of them? They've got to have house staff who overheard some of this, right? So, why didn't they do anything? It's just really, really weird. On a lighter note, why is it so hard to evolve Sneasel, who thought that was a good idea? I don't know if you're aware of how to evolve Sneasel in this game. Well, how you evolve it is the same as always. You get Razor Claw? Problem is, pardon me, it's only found on one Pokemon that you have a 5% chance of finding. Okay, yeah, it's 1 in 20 shot. The problem is, it has a 5% chance of holding the Razor Claw. That's once you find it, you then have a 5% chance of finding the item. Okay, the frickin' Jurassic Park in progress. Okay, everyone knows that fossil Pokemon are a thing. So, what's this guy trying to make? An amusement park, a petting zoo, some new type of fossil resurrection? I don't know what he's going on about, but I kind of want to see, but I also kind of want to be at a safe distance. Okay. Team Skull came about from a group that used to be associated with a kahuna. Who was it? How did the team come from that? Like, to me, if it's an existing kahuna that we meet in the present time, it's got to be either Nanu or Hala. But if it was Nanu, I mean, it would kind of explain why he has this sort of, like, I'm going to stay out here and watch them sort of vibe. But I kind of feel like they would have told us that too, especially since they did the whole weird backstory for him. And yeah, but then on the other hand, if it was Hala, because, you know, he does seem to have known Guzma for quite some time, because Guzma's right up there, you know, right on Route 2. But how did the rest of the team come about then, and why is their base on a completely different island? How did the Aether Foundation get Cosmog? Said that the Royals knew about it, at least as a species. I mean, they probably didn't know Nevi personally, but only connection that Aether has to them at Acerola stays in one of their houses sometimes. More on that in a bit. In case you hadn't figured out, I'm actually reading off of a pre-written script I did. Preparation! Okay, now, I'm willing to admit that I may have forgotten something here, because I'm thinking that they might have said that Cosmog came out of a wormhole, but I also kind of get the feeling that they kind of jumped to the conclusion that it was related to Ultra Beasts, or that they think it's an Ultra Beast. And I don't even know what qualifies something as an Ultra Beast at this point. I mean, if we're going to do the whole, well, it's something that comes from another world, then anything that comes from the alternate version of the game is going to be an Ultra Beast. I don't know. They seem to know a lot about Cosmog that they shouldn't. Okay. I said I would mention this later. What purpose does the Aether House serve? Is it a nursery? Is it an orphanage? Is it a community center? It has beds and toys and an office and one of those masked scientists hanging around for some reason, and an Orangaroo in the office who doesn't do anything. I mean, you know, could have helped, you know, when Plumeria came in and stole the young goose. Oh, no, wait, no, it was Plumeria that took Lily, that's right. But, yeah, it just, you know, you could have helped. And then, like, later on, there's a Mimikyu, that's the cursey one. I'm sorry, I just noticed a very long string. Remember how I said I wouldn't react to the birds unless something was really weird? I said something like that. I just noticed going down the walls, or that's all I'm going to say, going down the walls. The rest of the Aether building scattered around seemed to have research purposes, but not that one. Okay, there, we are back on subject. Okay. Why the heck are Colress and Grimsley there? Why does Colress just up and give you all of that data he worked for? Why is Grimsley suddenly dead inside, and why is he in a kimono? What happened to Colress's arm? If you notice, his right arm is just kind of like this, and he keeps typing something on the number pad, or whatever that is. I feel like it's a number pad. And he doesn't move his right hand at all. And the thing is, we know somebody else who we never see there. Well, we do see Yates' right arm at one point, and it was jet black, remember, as we've discussed before. I'm thinking if I ever revisit that outfit, I'm going to wear like a leotard over that arm. But, yeah, did something happen with that? Like, is it symbolic? And, you know, Grimsley, what the hell? I know you're like a gambler or whatever you are, or you used to be a gambler, but what, like, now you seem to be some sort of goth lush, and I don't quite know how to think about that. Okay, why was type full designed to echo Arceus? And yes, I know I'm going to talk about Silvalley's ability is called RKS, and that would indicate it's supposed to be called Arceus, and I know they said that way in the movie. I don't care. Arceus sounds stupid. Okay, anyway, though, it's the same as multi-type. Were they planning to, as they say, wrestle with God? And why the name type full? I don't get it. I mean, from a logistic standpoint, it sounds like, we're planning this game and we have to have something that we can make into null. We have to have some sort of something we can pun a zero reference off of. But yeah, from the standpoint of the Aether Foundation, type full. It just sounds like something word salad-y. So much of this is about the Aether Foundation, okay? But, yeah, this is the last one that's about them. Who's Lucamine's father? They mention him. They say, oh, yeah, the president's father was the founder of this. And yes, I know they say that when Gladion's the president, but they also say it when Lucamine's the president. So it's one of those things that they just didn't really bother to update. God, itch my leg today. But I figure it's not that important overall, unless he's some character that we previously knew. I have this headcanon that it might be Scott. Because, I mean, who else do we know? Loves Pokemon, isn't a trainer. I mean, we never actually say... It's never actually said that this guy wasn't a trainer, but, loves building enormous structures on a whim. I don't know. He wears a Hawaiian shirt. Anyway. At least give us a name if it's no one that we've heard of before. Is he even, why was he mentioned to begin with? Because, is it to establish that she'd had previous loss of an important person in her life before Mon? To establish that Aether has always been a family business and thus attempting to justify leaving it in the hands of 13-year-old Gladion, who has no business experience, has no leadership skills, and... I don't know. Is he just the heir because he's the oldest child? Is that just something we're supposed to grasp from that? Because we're not really given any other reason as to why he's the head of it, so I guess that's another question for you there. Okay, Aether over. I only got 2 left here. Who was the faller that got eaten by Guzzlord? They have to be sitting on the rest of that story for a reason, right? I mean, there's got to be something they're not telling us. And in the previews, they showed Nanu being faced with the thing, so I really hope they bring this to our attention again and we get some answers. Especially, I have a theory that she may not have died, and she might have just ended up in ultra space, because the whole thing about Guzzlord doesn't produce waste. I mean, putting aside that in X and Y they said that Sandshrew don't pee, just putting that aside for right now, since, we're dealing with hellscapes, and why would they bring it up on a monster who does nothing but consume and all of that? Could it be possible that it's just transporting everything like it is a black hole? And there's the theory, the black hole and white hole theory. I don't know. That's just me. I have this idea that we might actually find that person. Who knows? Well, I mean, I guess Game Freak and whoever has read leaks knows. But finally, the question I want answered more than anything else. So, I was in Haina Desert. And some of you are already going, oh God. And I came across a guy who wanted Luna. And obviously it wasn't going to be Lunala. So when I finally got Bank, I brought him Lunatone. And he remembered that he had to go back to space! What the shit? No, seriously, Game Freak. What was that? Do you guys know? Theater, do you know? Doesn't make any sense to me. It might make more sense to some parakeets. It just, who else played that part and were just like, what did I just watch? So anyway though, we have just about a week before the game comes out. Yay! In fact, in a week I might already be playing it, because I was able to play the downloadable, the store version about 3 hours earlier, or it was about 9 o'clock Pacific time, because I'm assuming that means because like once the eShop gets it, it's open for all time zones in the region. But anyway, I will see you later. I would say see you in a week, but once that game comes out, you ain't gonna see me. You just ain't. So tell me in the comments what you think. And if any of you give actual spoilers, like if any of you try to give me links, I will block you. That is not a threat. That is a promise.